Eubank Senior, and that being a defining moment in your career. Now, listen, we know the dads can put on a show when we're talking about Benn and Eubank. What about the two kids, the two sons? That's a mouth-watering clash. Is that one you're looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to the fight. Both good fighters. I got massive respect for both their dads. I love Nigel too. I got respect for Chris. And yeah, it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. I think they're pretty finely balanced, I think, as regards to talent and where they're coming through. But I just think the difference is the weight. I think that may make a difference. Where Chris Eubank Jr. is a lot bigger fighter, you know, than Benn, you know, so Conor Benn. But I still think it'll be a tough fight. I hope to see a good fight, but the weight would be the advantage, would swing it for me.
Carl, David, how do you see that fight going? Because it seems to be a 50-50 split. Obviously, the weight is a big issue, but is that something that you see being a defining factor in who wins that fight?
I think it's yeah. I think that's going to be the difference in the fight, really, and a 50-50 split, and people are kind of not really which way they're going to go. But if you ask most boxers, they're going to side with Eubank just because he's too big in the fight. I think you have to give Conor Benn a lot of credit for the improvements he's made over the last couple of years. I think he's probably the most improved fighter in the UK. Can still win a world title, probably back down at welterweight. But
I was going to say, we spoke to Joe Joyce about having an incredible chin and the punches bounced off him. I don't think I've ever seen Chris Eubank Jr. hurt or rocked in a fight.
No, you're correct. I haven't also seen him hurt. I've seen him spar a lot. I've actually sparred him myself. He's as rock solid a middleweight as you're going to get. I know he fought up at super middleweight, but he is a middleweight. And I'm aware he doesn't really he lives the life, although he's eating all this chicken and fried chicken all day long when the cameras are rolling. He is probably one of the most professional fighters I know outside of the ring, if you know what I'm saying. You know, you see him in these parties, doesn't touch alcohol. He doesn't touch drugs. He's very, very disciplined outside of it. And I think for Conor Benn to have his hand raised at the end of it, he's going to need some of that greatness that his father definitely had with those fights with Gerald McLennan, you know, Iran the Blade Barkley, Doug DeWitt. He's going to need some of that greatness. He's going to need all of that greatness. Take away the names. Take away Benn Eubank. Just call it John Smith and whatever. On paper, you say, okay, this guy's world-class middleweight, super middleweight, fighting a welterweight. But there's so much emotion and passion because of their father's names. And now what these young fighters have come to the forefront with, it's such I've never known people to get so fired up about a fight like this, who are not even into boxing. People who have kind of given up on boxing many years ago and now coming back to see this Benn Eubank. I think they're going to have 3 fights. I think this is going to be, something crazy is going to happen. I don't know what it is. Something crazy is going to happen, and I can't wait for it.
It's been fascinating to chat with you all, guys, and it's time for you gentlemen to get your thinking caps on, because